Thank you for coming by. This is an American project. Please be sure to like and subscribe so we can reach our goal of 2,500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for who has already subscribed. Really appreciate that. Well, there's some stuff going on between Israel and the U.S. Big stuff. Israel's U.S. ambassador slammed Schumer's unhelpful and anti-Netanyahu speech. Israel is a sovereign democracy, he says. Schumer, who is a top Democrat, calls for new elections in Israel, saying that Netanyahu is an obstacle to peace. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Thursday called on Israel to hold new elections, saying he believes Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has lost his way and is an obstacle to peace in the region amid a growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Schumer, the first Jewish majority leader in the Senate and highest-ranking Jewish official in the U.S., strongly criticized Netanyahu in a 40-minute speech Thursday morning on the Senate floor. Schumer said the prime minister has put himself in a coalition of far-right extremists, and as a result, he has been too willing to tolerate the civilian toll in Gaza, which is pushing support for Israel worldwide to historic lows. Now, if you're wondering what a far-right extremist is, it's the same thing as a Democrat in the U.S. So they believe exactly the same thing. I don't know why they call them that over there, but they do. They do disagree on their military movements a little bit. It depends on where you're talking about and who you're talking about. So, other than that, Tel Aviv is the rainbow capital of the world. They have every kind of debauchery going on over there. Whatever you want. It's just like the Democrats, so I'm not sure why they call them that. Anyway, I thought I'd throw it in there so you have a better idea of what's going on. Israel cannot survive if it becomes a pariah, Schumer said. The high-level warning comes as an increasing number of Democrats have pushed back against Israel, and as President Joe Biden has stepped up public pressure on Netanyahu's government, arguing that he needs to pay more attention to the civilian death toll in Gaza amid the Israeli bombardment. The U.S. this month began airdrops of badly needed humanitarian aid and announced it will establish a temporary pier to get more assistance into Gaza via sea. Schumer has so far positioned himself as a strong ally of the Israeli government, visiting the country just days after the brutal October 7th attack by Hamas and giving a lengthy speech on the Senate floor in December, decrying brazen and widespread anti-Semitism, the likes of which we haven't seen in generations in this country, if ever. But he said on a Senate floor Thursday that the Israeli people are being stifled right now by a governing vision that is stuck in the past. Schumer says Netanyahu, who has long opposed Palestinian statehood, is one of several obstacles in the way of two-state solution pushed by the United States. Netanyahu has lost his way by allowing his political survival to take precedence over the best interests of Israel, Schumer said. The majority leader is also blaming right-wing Israelis, Hamas, and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. Until they are removed from the equation, Schumer said, there will never be peace in Israel and Gaza and the West Bank. The United States cannot dictate the outcome of an election in Israel, Schumer said, but a new election is the only way to allow for a healthy and open decision-making process about the future of Israel, at a time when so many Israelis have lost their confidence in the vision and direction of their government. At the White House, National Security spokesman John Kirby declined to weigh in on Schumer's call for new elections, saying the White House is most focused on getting a temporary ceasefire in place. Quote, we know Leader Schumer feels strongly about this, and we'll certainly let him speak to it and to his comments, Kirby said. We're going to stay focused on making sure that Israel has what it needs to defend itself while doing everything that they can to avoid civilian casualties. The speech drew a swift reprisal from Republicans. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell said on the Senate floor immediately after Schumer's remarks that Israel deserves an ally that acts like one, and that foreign observers ought to refrain from weighing in. The Democrat Party has an anti-Israel problem, McConnell said. Either we respect their decisions or we disrespect their democracy, he said. And at a House GOP retreat in West Virginia, House Speaker Mike Johnson called Schumer's speech inappropriate. It's just plain wrong for an American leader to play such a divisive role in Israeli politics while our closest ally in the region is in an existential battle for its very survival. Netanyahu has long had a more cozy relationship with Republicans in the United States, most notably speaking at a joint session of Congress in 2015, at the invitation of GOP lawmakers to try to torpedo former President Barack Obama's nuclear negotiations with Iran. And this is where you see the difference in the politics as far as military actions go. That's where they differ. Just this week, Netanyahu was invited to speak to Republican senators at a party retreat, but Israeli Ambassador Michael Herzog took his place due to last-minute scheduling issues, according to a person familiar with the closed-door meeting. Democratic Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii, who is Jewish, praised Schumer's remarks. This is a gutsy, historic speech from Leader Schumer. I know he didn't arrive at this conclusion casually or painlessly. It is unclear how Schumer's unusually direct call will be received in Israel, where the next parliamentary elections are scheduled for October of 2026. Protesters in Israel calling for early elections have charged that Netanyahu is making decisions based on keeping his right-wing coalition intact rather than Israel's interests at a time of war. And they say he is endangering Israel's strategic alliance with the United States by rejecting U.S. proposals for a post-war vision for Gaza in order to appease the far-right members of his government. And there you have it. Thanks for coming by. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And have a great day. God bless.